This podcast contains adult themes, sexual content, and strong language. If you can't handle that, you should probably leave.
Hi, and welcome to Bustles and Bangers with your hostess, Rachel and Christopher.
I love it when you say my name.
Okay, perfect. Okay, well then I'm ready
Hells yeah.
for the official third installment. I'm ready for the official third installment of Worth the Wait with Kathryn Atalla. Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm here. I'm ready.
All right. Well, we're on the 8th chapter, and it starts off. Do you want me to recap?
Yeah.
Does anybody need me to recap? I was ready to dive into this. Sorry, you guys. Hello. All right. Well, so we are following Damien and Charlie.
In fact, if you see me in public and I might need a recap too. Like, let me know who you are.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah. Yes.
I know I'm supposed to recognize you. It's hard out here, man.
I thought about putting up a Facebook post today that was like, hey, comment how we met. And I'm like, that's why people do that, because they can't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember half these people.
I need to edit my friends list. So like, tell me if I even remember you.
Yeah, man.
Because some of these people is going to be like, I just friend requested you. I don't even know you. Anyway, please do that. If you don't know us, please friend request us at Bustles and Bangers or on our personal social media, Gypsy Danger 317. We're on all the platforms.
Yeah, come
check it out.
Interact digitally with this, because we think handshaking is barbaric.
There's germs. All right. Well, so we're following Damien and Charlie. They have some family, not family drama. Okay, you remember that?
Yes, I do. The dude was sleeping on the floor. She got a new pet brother, right?
Yeah, something like
she
that.
waters him on the floor.
Yeah.
She feeds him little airplane bottles of gin.
Yes, that
and
he
a couple
had
of
him.
beers.
He had him. Yeah.
And then
yeah, so this is a strange relationship between them, and we are at a point where they have gotten very close, and everybody knows.
Wait, they've already they've done it, haven't they?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Or they got close to it?
I don't remember.
I think maybe they were.
They're still snuggling or something.
Out on a bed or
Hold
something.
on, they're still snuggling, y'all. It's been a minute. Sorry. All right, let me just start off, and it'll get the juices flowing. All right. Damien stared out the office window at the majestic Empire State Building. He loosened the tie around his neck. In another 2 hours, he would be leaving on an overseas business trip, and for the first time in a long time, he wanted to send someone else. Never had a woman twisted his insides the way Charlie had.
Oh.
By the time he had realized she was heading out the door that morning, it was too late to stop her. At least she had the good sense to take a taxi to the train station. He knew because she had left a note on his wallet, proudly admitting to the theft of $10 for that purpose. An IOU to pay the money back. She had the most annoyingly stubborn pride he'd ever come across.
Oh. $10, and that's the most annoyingly stubborn pride you've ever come across.
So I feel like, no, she's still been pulling away. He's been kind of inching closer and closer, and she's like, no, you sleep on the floor, but then, blah, blah, blah. So.
Yeah, it's a game as old as time.
Mm-hmm.
Dating. It sucks, dude. It's horrible.
Yeah, all he's done so far is look down her shirt. And I think they might have kissed or something.
I recall some.
Yeah. So,
yeah.
With only 2 weeks before she began her new job and her rent paid through the end of the following month, Charlie quit her job. Her expenses were limited. Eric and Shelley were studying in her apartment every day, and they insisted on bringing the food for the marathon cram sessions. Sections.
Is that what this is?
No. Charlie hadn't heard from Damien and found she was disappointed. Of course, she was the one who had said they could never have a serious relationship, so why was she angry with him for not calling? That's what she wanted, wasn't it? She gave herself a mental shake. School was more important than her love life. After final exams, she could sort out her confused emotions. She would be seeing Damien at work for the next 3 months.
I hope that she stays in that mindset and gets her schooling done. I'm rooting for you, Charlie, to have a better life.
Yeah, and if you need help paying for it, you don't work for that guy.
You're
go
gonna
get
have
a
hard
strip
time
club job
in society if you marry and or reproduce with Damien. People, I know you're not related, but people are gonna be like, that's pretty close.
Yeah,
that's pretty. You're cutting it pretty close on that.
Yeah. Let's see. At this point, like, she's excited to see him. She's talking to him on the phone. Eric knows. Eric is at the house with Shelly. So
who's Shelly?
Charlie. Okay, so Charlie is half sister to Eric, and Eric's girlfriend is Shelly.
Okay, that's right.
And they're always at the apartment, and they are always studying and things like that. So he knows
Damien's
coming over. They're studying. They're studying.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good for them.
So Eric knows Damien just called. He's going to be coming over to the apartment. He's like, have him bring some beers and stuff, yada, yada, yada. But when Damien gets to the house, Eric and Shelly, take off.
Sneak off to the bathroom.
Yeah. He's like, why'd they leave? And she's like, they knew you were coming and ran for cover.
Yeah, that's code for getting a blowy in the bathroom.
he says, so how come you didn't run? He came up behind her.
I'm not going to suck his dick.
He came up behind her and folded his arms around her as the parachute silk of his sweatsuit slid over the skin of her stomach.
He's like a flying squirrel. He's tackling her.
A ripple of pleasure ran through her body. She tried to hide her reaction, but Damien laughed a throaty laugh.
A throaty laugh, like a frog. That's weird.
I don't know what it sounds like.
What's a throaty laugh?
I don't know.
That's what your next. If you want to promote social media, get people to put their throaty laughs on there. What the hell does that mean?
You missed me, huh? I never gave you a second thought. Turn around and say that to my face. No. He spun her around and pulled her back into his embrace, carefully leaving her arms free. You're a coward. Now tell me you didn't miss me. She refused to meet his eyes. I owe you $10. Then you'll have to hold me like this all night. Damien cupped her face in his hands, stroking her cheek with his thumb. Now that's an offer too good to pass up. Don't admit it.
Donut.
All right, Her words were cut off by a gentle kiss to her lips. He kissed her again. Oh, forget it. She wrapped her arms around his neck and returned the kiss. Her fingers slipped into the silky hair at the back of his head, holding him to her. He scooped her up into his arms and carried her to the sofa. Startled and not a little anxious, she squirmed to free herself, sending him tumbling backwards into the sofa. Oh, I was going to say sofa cushions, but it's soft cushions, with her in his lap. His embarrassed expression dissolved her apprehension. She covered her mouth to keep from giggling in his face, but her eyes filled with tears of laughter. How graceful. I never claimed to be a swan. Are you going to admit you miss me a little? She held two fingers an inch apart and smiled. A little. Remember that last book? There was a pillow fight while they were waiting for casserole to cook.
At least this is a little bit more interesting.
I guess so. I don't know. There was way more extremes in that. This is all family drama.
Yeah, it's. Look, Damien, if you were my friend, I'd be making so much fucking fun of you next time we hung out. I'm just letting you know. I mean, we'd still be boys. Don't get me wrong, but as far as I'm concerned, dude, you're fucking your sister, and I'm gonna make fun of you for it,
dude. Yeah, that's weird. Do you film
it? Yeah.
Gross.
So,
weirdo.
And ahead of the game, dude. I mean, but this book was written the early 2000s.
Yeah, literally in 2000.
This shit wasn't even popular yet.
So Damien came up to the kitchen counter and leaned over it as she removed the food from the bag. I don't know. All I know is I find myself looking forward to seeing the one person who makes me work for even the tiniest smile. That's what he's saying to her, because she's like, why do you put up with me? Why do you hang around? Even if this is the most we'd ever have, yes. Are you trying to tell me that sex isn't important to you in a relationship? He says, do you want me to lie? Yes, it's important, but it's not the only thing. Sex for the sake of sex is not gratifying. All right, Damien, you're a good guy.
Yeah, look
you're
at
such
you.
a good guy. He has actually been a really good guy in this, but also not. So I'm like, there's some narcissistic tendencies, but he's trying.
I don't know. I like having sex just to have sex. I don't see the problem with that.
Charlie pulled out a bottle of mineral water.
Yep. Yum.
And took an enthusiastic interest in the label.
Ooh, look, there's mountains.
Oh my God. I just, whatever. Anyway. So I just like
There's
my
two
notes
people
like,
in it.
oh
Do you
my
think
God,
they're
water.
related to you?
They're like running and skipping in the wind. All right. So let's see. At one point too, he asks, you know, if the conversation is making her uncomfortable, and she says not really, and he says a little. She held her fingers inches apart a little. He says, then feed me, woman. It's the only way to shut me up.
She's gonna be like, no, I put my dick in your mouth. That'll shut your ass up.
She's been wearing jeans most of the time, so I guess you could get a little tuck in pretty
Never
good. You know,
know.
she's not your sister. She's your brother.
Surprise.
She was actually trying to hide her identity the whole time.
Yeah. But it was worth the wait.
All right. So he has apparently just gotten back from Italy. I don't know what I was going to say. Italy. That sounds awful. And he gets her a present, and she's like, my friends don't normally pop over to Italy for gifts. I did. Damien arched his eyebrow. Come on. You know you want to see what it is.
Yeah.
I saw it
It's
in
this giant statue of a dingleberry. Look at it.
I saw it in a store window, and it was calling out your name. Charlie.
It's a Furby. It's an Italian Furby that keeps screaming Charlie.
I'm spineless, she moaned, tearing at the tape across the top of the bag. Layers of tissue paper surrounded the contents, and like a child at Christmas, she tossed the wrappings carelessly on the floor. Finally, she got to the bottom and pulled out a purse.
Yeah.
It's red.
Oh, even better.
To match your high tops. You remember she wore those red high tops to the party?
Oh, I
with
didn't
that
remember
dress.
that. Nobody.
She looked like Bella Swan from Twilight, you know, in the dress and the little Converses.
I don't remember her looking like that either. I'm telling you, most guys are not paying attention to your
You
outfits,
should.
dude. Like y'all think we are. We're not.
Should. It would make us feel better if you did.
I know.
But you like us anyway?
I like you anyway. Even when
It's a terrible outfit?
It's terrible. Because
How
I don't
do I
know any
look
difference.
today?
You look great. You always look
Really?
great. Yeah.
You hadn't said anything to me yet.
It's been a weird day.
I know. I'm sorry. I love you. All right. And I love our listeners. Hello, listeners. All right. So we're on to chapter 9. Charlie had moved to his side of the bed and curled up with her back to him. Her long ringlets of hair fell across his arm and chest. He tried to gently ease his pinned arm out from under her neck. She turned over and cuddled against him, draping one arm across his waist. So they're in the, pull-out couch again, I think. The wiser course would be to wake her before she flew into a panic, but she was sleeping so peacefully that he didn't have the heart. He could get used to the feel of her curled up in his arms. It was more than just physical desire. She touched him in a place no one had ever touched him in his life.
His Heiner hole.
His heart. Yeah. So, she wakes up, pushes the hair away from her cheek. She nestled closer and brushed a kiss against his mouth. She really
brush
doesn't.
a kiss against somebody's mouth. They're like dragging it.
Yeah, weird.
They're like, it's a brush. Yeah. What do you do with a brush? You drag it, right?
That's weird. Like their mouths are smearing together.
Like the thing.
They become one.
Yeah, that'd be weird.
All right. So she starts kissing him. He's letting her lead, kissing him. Put her flat palm on his shoulder to pull him down onto her chest. His elbows rested on either side of her to keep his full weight off of her. Her hands roamed daringly under his sweatshirt, kneading the skin below his shoulder blades. She appeared to be conquering her fears as she teased his mouth with the tip of her tongue.
Uh-oh.
And I'm going to skip the rest of it. I'm just going to leave you hanging.
Damien's gonna looks up at her and he's like, I love when that happens. My dog does that every now and again to me. She's gonna be like, what? And he'll be like,
Nothing.
oh, that's weird? Because, I'm sitting here making out with my sister. That's not too weird.
So anyway, they don't do it. Sorry, they don't.
Thanks for sparing us that one.
She starts telling her story.
Her backstory to him, like while they're in the middle of that.
Yeah.
Perfect timing. Damien, he would probably love to hear your story in the middle of this. Anything to get out of having sex with you. He's probably terrified.
So, excuse me. She goes on telling her story. It's back and forth. Some people are withholding information. Some people know some things that other people don't, but other people know things that person also doesn't. And the stories are mixed up, and there's a lot of people involved.
This is going to be it's a classic whodunit.
Mm-hmm. What's the clue?
And at the center of this is Charlie's father. Her mother.
Bastard.
And we're trying to find out who did it.
We don't know anything about the mother. Not well.
Oh,
we
wait,
kind
I
of
remember
do.
I predicted this whole plot of the movie already, didn't I? Okay, it just clicked with me again.
Yeah. Okay.
I know what's going to
But you have to hold on to the end to know if you're correct.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, so
it's just a projection, a prediction.
Damien finds out that some of the pictures Charlie's father painted of her mother were given to their grandfather when he died, or maybe a little before that. I don't know. But he's set it up to where he's going to go let her get to look at these pictures.
Paintings.
Yeah, paintings. Sorry. Yeah. Yes. Actual real
art. Who has
art.
the paintings?
The grandpa.
Whose grandpa? Damien's grandpa? So his dad died and gave his dad paintings?
It's his mother. He's the stepson to Charlie's father. He's just a stepson.
Damien?
Yeah. He was the guy's stepson because his mother married her dad.
Okay, so he's
And
got
now
another
her
layer. So
dad's
this is
dead.
another safety layer of unrelated.
Yeah.
Not only are we not brother and sister, we're not even step brother and sister.
So I think that...
Okay.
You know what? Actually, my bad. I think the grandpa... Hold on, let me see. I think the grandpa is actually Monica, Damien's mother's father.
Uh-huh.
But he felt sympathy for Peter, Charlie's dad. So he didn't exactly agree with Monica getting rid of the baby, I guess, or whatever, saying she wouldn't take... I don't know. There was a mixed up thing. He's a good guy. It's his daughter who's the bitch, but,
Okay.
I don't know. Yeah, I think that's...
I think we need to get a whiteboard involved in this. We need a genealogy tree.
Hey, that's what we should start bringing our whiteboard up here for, and I could make a family tree with characters and things like that while we're doing it.
That would be terribly helpful for me.
I'll draw little doodles.
Yeah, you can put Damien
like
right next to Charlie, and you can circle it and put sister, brother.
Yeah, but
siblings.
also like when things happen in the other books, like on Two-Timing Man, when like the grenade situation occurred, we could draw a little grenade.
Yeah, so we can remember which one he was.
Yeah.
A little exploded stick figure.
Yeah. I won't give away too many spoilers if you're just jumping onto this episode and you haven't listened. Go back and listen to some of our other books, please. All right. Okay, so they're driving through the countryside. He lives out in the middle of nowhere. Perfect setting for like one of those cabin in the woods killer movies.
All right.
Okay, so I like that. Leafy green willows line the winding country roads. After 20 minutes of trying to study, Charlie tossed her books onto the back seat and stretched out to enjoy the New England landscape. Damien took the back roads, traveling through the small towns of colonial and Victorian houses, beautifully restored to their original splendor. I guess maybe it wasn't so much cabin in the woods, but the way my brain took it, it was like kind of out of ways. So.
I want ice cream when we leave.
No, you already said you didn't.
Man, don't do that to me.
So she says to him, to the grandpa, I'm sorry, I don't know what I'm supposed to call you. The corners of his mouth lifted in the same devilish grin Damien usually flashed before he embarrassed her. I'd like you to call me yours, but I think my grandson might take me to task. Damien chuckled, you're a dirty old man. At my age, it's all talk. You can call me John or Pop. I answer just about anything. Have you eaten?
No, Pop.
Because I'll be eating you. Hey. Yeah, so anyway.
No, Dad, I haven't. Like, what? Like, you said I'd call you anything. I want to call you Dad. Have you met my sister? Damien, you're a dirty old man. Get the hell out of here, dude.
Oh my god. All right. His name's John. So John walked in.
Johnson?
Yeah, close. It's John's son.
Oh,
That
John.
word is, it's his paintings. It's John's son's painting.
That's weird. Is that like his name? Like that's.
Oh my god! But it's
My
his
dad's
son's
name is John,
painting.
so I'm John's son.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
That's so funny. John walked in carrying a large manila envelope. The faded parcel was held together by a thin piece of twine. He sat down in a chair and handed it to Charlie. Apparently, it's some of her mother's papers, but I think that they're in another language, and eventually, like, she's going to have to get them translated and stuff like that.
I used to think it was called a vanilla envelope when I was little.
That's cute.
And then I always was like, what the
They're
hell is Manila?
Manila wafers and
Yeah,
vanilla
dude.
envelopes.
Yeah. But like, what the hell is
I
Manila?
want to eat a manila wafer. It's the color.
Nah, dude, I've never pulled out a box of crayons and found a Manila.
They should, but they call it skin
But
tone.
maybe it's just because I've never seen
White
it.
man.
It's been a long time. I don't know.
Yeah, ridiculous.
Manila.
Manila ice.
Yeah, dude, it'd be awesome.
Yeah. That's like, that would be good, like Saturday Night Live scene, Manila Ice, and he comes into the office like rapping and stuff.
Weird.
That'd be funny. All right. Hey, I'll give that idea to my friend Chad, who I have asked to be our guest, and I'm waiting to schedule it because he does films and funny
Oh, we're
commercials
supposed
and
to have a
stuff like
guest
that. She's not feeling well. That's true. I said Kendra might be with us on this episode, and she is not feeling well today. So we'll reschedule it, but that's okay.
That's okay.
We miss her. I hope she gets better soon. Get well soon, Kendra.
Yeah.
All right.
Get
So
better.
I've already skipped the rest of that chapter because, again,
Great.
it's her telling her story and crying over the paintings and getting spooked when people walk into the room. All right.
She's a timid little thing.
She is, poor baby. Good reason, but still, yeah. So I even kind of skipped the beginning of chapter 10, which normally I like to intro you into chapters. So if that tells you anything, it wasn't worth it. The wait, not. Not worth
10
the
was
wait.
not worth its weight.
So let's see.
Chapter 11 then.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Or I don't know, something. We'll see. But apparently there is a plan for a week-long vacation after she graduates. Let's see. Is it who the hell is she talking to? I can't remember if she's talking to Eric or Damien. It's Damien because Eric told him about this. Yep. Damien got tickets to Phantom of the Opera. Apparently she wants to go see this real bad. So she has no
Who?
style, but she has
Who
all
has
the
ever
class and culture.
wanted to see the Phantom of the Opera? That's something your parents drag you to and that you're miserable about.
Well,
You
I
have
think,
to put on a
hey,
bow tie and go sit in this auditorium.
pick one. Phantom of the Opera or The Nutcracker, which, you know, people have to watch every year.
No, you don't have
And
to.
it's never different. But the Phantom of the Opera is kind of like that spooky, dark, sad, romantic.
I guess.
It's like if that Young Frankenstein movie had been a little bit sexier. I don't know. Or sadder and less funny.
Young Frankenstein?
Yeah.
That Mel Brooks movie?
Yeah.
That movie is awesome.
We love it.
I want to see an opera of Young Frankenstein.
Yes. Hey, what was it I said
With
the other day?
Frodrick.
What was it I said? The Warriors should be a Broadway show.
Get out of here.
I swear to God. It would be fucking perfect.
That'd be correct.
Please, somebody make this.
That'd be weird.
Give me a little bit of the
That's
royalties
one of my
and a
favorite
ticket.
movies.
I know. It would be amazing. I think we should start it when we travel in our camper and we go
We're
to
gonna
like
start-
Hollywood. We're going to
We're gonna
start a Broadway musical of the
Broadway
Warriors.
musical of the Warriors.
It's basically, remember those people that used to do music and beat around on trash cans and stuff as a
Stomp.
concert?
Yeah,
Yes.
I
Okay.
saw
So it's
that.
like
I
a
saw that
mix.
on Broadway.
It's like a mix between that, West Side Story, and I don't know what was I
Matter
going
of
to say.
fact,
Like
me and
Cats.
Tyler, who was on the last episode, me and Tyler went to see Stomp together when we were kids. Yeah, his parents took us.
That's cool.
So we went to New York and we saw it. Yeah.
But yeah, so they could have. Yeah, I think it's fucking genius. Somebody give me a gold star. God damn it! All right.
It's definitely one of those that people would probably see because they'd be like, "How
Fuck yeah.
the hell did they do this?" Oh, the bottles,
You know,
scene.
and then somebody starts beating on a trash, and then there's
And then
a whole
those-
musical
and then
scene.
the rogues can come out and start fucking
and
singing
it's a
and shit.
dance fight. A dance fight. It's gonna be fucking great. God, can you see? I can see it. Sorry, I'm going to go on a tangent. This is my mind, the way it works, it amazes me. It's beautiful. It's so beautiful.
No.
All right. So we get to mom again. Back to mom. Mom's bitch. Mom's mad. Monica took a step back. So now she's making threats. Damien smiled, but it was without.
I picture that like a Japanese anime. She like did a backflip and like slid back and like the wind blew. And
yeah. And then Damien smiled, but it was without humor. You misunderstood. I am the one making threats.
Yeah, then he like waves his bow staff, comes at her.
Yeah. If she is hurt again, I will make sure that you feel pain twice as deep. Have I made myself clear?
As she crane kicks him to the chin.
All right.
Damien goes flying through the roof into the sky.
She's turned you into a heartless bastard.
Oh.
He laughed bitterly. You did that. You and Peter and 25 years of lies. Leave her alone, Mother, while I still have one tiny shred of love left for you. Otherwise, I might say things you don't want to hear.
Gasp.
He
Like
left her
what?
standing in the corridor with her jaw hanging slack. He like knocked her in the fucking face.
Yeah, dude.
Her shock pleased him. As long as she was afraid of him, he felt certain that she wouldn't do anything to hurt Charlie.
Oh, that's what a lesson to learn there, big fella. As long as the women folk are afraid of you, you can get away with whatever you want, huh?
Oh, I made a little note that said that like the universe reached out through this book and told me I did need to get my crybaby tattoo on the other thigh under my booty cheek. Because there's a thing in here. And I was like, that's it. That's it. That's the sign. So I'm going to go get it. If you want to see pictures of my clever girl tattoo under my booty cheek, go to my social media page. It's up there. All right. The only thing better than graduating is graduating with you, Charlie, Eric said breathlessly. He gazed up at her tear-stained face. Stop crying like a baby.
I thought she was going to say like a bitch. She slaps him.
But did I not lead you to think that that's a really weird situation?
Yeah, that's weird.
It's because Charlie felt a wave of excitement surge through her body. 5 years of work had finally come to an end. 5 years of mental jobs and waiting on other people was over. It was more than a piece of parchment. It was freedom.
Freedom.
Freedom. All right, so basically her and Eric have been twirling around, giggling, tickling each other, and then they fall down in the corridor before graduation. They're like, I can't believe you're going to do it. I can't believe you're going to do it. Ah! And then that's when he said, stop crying like a baby.
Stop crying like a baby.
Yeah, so apparently Shelly comes up around. You remember our graduation? Yeah, it was really packed, so that's like
I remember that, but I didn't. When I graduated college, I didn't do it. My mailman handed it.
Shut up. You were at the graduation. Shut up. I saw you cross. You were so cute.
No,
I love you.
I'm talking about college.
Oh.
I didn't cross nothing at college.
I was talking about high school.
No.
All right. So Shelly finds Damien, brings him up to her, Charlie, to say hi. He kisses her. As the kiss deepened, she closed her mind to everything but the moment. Lord, she loved the way he kissed her. Her pulse took off and her heart took flight. She felt as if she were soaring and she never wanted to come back to earth. So she was more than a little disappointed and surprised when Damien pulled back first. She racked her brain for something profound to say, but her attention was diverted.
My friend Chris is over there looking at me and he's going to make fun of me if he sees us kissing.
Charlie, I'm sure going to miss those slow, comfortable screws of yours, Todd Mitchell said.
Damn. Hey, Rachel, I sure miss those slow screws of yours.
Hey. Thanks. I'm not going to miss those tips you never left me at the end of the night, she shot back. The hands that rested on her waist tightened, and she looked up at Damien's wary expression. It's a drink. Slow gin, Southern Comfort, and orange juice. So we could also start like a little thing on our social media where we have drinks.
What is it?
Slow gin.
No. What's the drink called?
A slow gin, slow comfortable screw.
All right.
So it's slow gin, Southern Comfort, and orange juice. Charlie broke out in a white. You liar! I'll bet you never had one in your life, because he said he had one. All right, so now they're giggling again. They're all tickling each other in a big group in a circle.
All 3 of them now. He came to join the tickle party outside of a graduation. This is getting weird.
So their mother shows up. Monica
Of course.
glared angrily, but when it became apparent that she was not going to hold her conversation in private, she began to speak. We have a small dinner party planned for you this evening. What time will you be ready to leave? Eric glanced helplessly at Shelley. Oh, you go ahead, Eric. My parents will understand. Monica smiled, seemingly pleased that she was ruining everybody's plans. Damien, you will be joining us, won't you? No, I have a date. You don't mind, do you, Eric? Damien asked with no concern for his mother's frown. Not at all. As a matter of fact, so do I. We'll make it another time, Mother.
Matter of fact, I'm going with you.
Mother. All right, Mom, Charlie. Charlie,
then she looks
Mom.
at Charlie and says, what about you? And she says, Mom, I'm going on a date too.
Yeah. So, Mom, Charlie, Charlie, Mom. Conversations, blah, blah, blah. And then there's some note on here I made that says, the gift. Just open it. It's something every upwardly mobile businesswoman must have. A key to the executive washroom? She pulled the white bow off the top of the box and tossed it on the table. The blue and white foil paper followed, neatly tucked into his shirt pocket. She took out the contents. What is it? A small swatch of animal fur, a matchbox car, a tiny watch face were joined together on a key ring. It's a mink, a Ferrari, and a Rolex. Welcome to the upper class, Charlie. She held it closer for inspection. What? No diamonds? He leaned over her and pointed to the center of the watch. If you ever get around to ordering your new contacts, you'll notice a tiny diamond at 12 o'clock. My first diamond from a man, and I need a magnifying glass to find it.
Damn.
She raised herself up and wrapped her arms around his neck. It's perfect. Thank you.
He says it's got a razor, some shaving cream, some cologne, a brush, and a tube of toothpaste, and some shampoo, and some body spray.
It is the washroom. It's the washroom key ring. Get
You're
yourself
gonna
to
love
work.
it. And if you look really, really close,
It's the keys to the janitor's closet. All right, his eyes rested somberly on her smiling face. I would have given you the real thing, but I knew you wouldn't accept it from me. I wouldn't wear fur. I can't drive a Ferrari. The Rolex? Well, someday maybe. There's only one thing missing. What's that? A kiss? He placed a tiny peck on her cheek. Aw, that sounded cute. All right. You call that the real thing? As far as kisses go, I think you gave me polyester. Dang.
Dude, wait, hold on. Is he calling it cheap?
That's her.
Her calling it
saying
cheap?
that. Yeah,
Hey,
you did
Charlie.
better on the main lawn in front of thousands of people. Two sexy dimples bracketed his mouth when he grinned. He came to his feet and stood in front of her. You'll have to show me what you want.
I think polyester's fucking high class, my guy.
Damien slipped his hand under her t-shirt and gently stroked the smooth skin along her waist. She bit his lower lip, holding it between her teeth. A deep groan escaped from his throat as he pulled her closer. This sounds like Duke Nukem.
Yeah.
I'm all out of bubble gum.
Fucking love Duke.
I do too. I want them to put the second one out.
They haven't even said they're making a second one.
Oh my God, it would make my heart so happy. All right. So she wanted to feel the warmth of his skin pressing against her, bunching the fabric of his shirt in her fingers. She pulled it over his head. Despite his obvious state of arousal, Damien seemed to be holding back. Determined to break his control, she nuzzled against
Are they
his
still
bare
outside?
chest. No, they're back home. Because
Dang.
remember Mother, Charlie, Mother,
I
like...
thought that all happened outside. And then she left and they were like getting after it in the lawn.
Well, I
now.
skipped to the part that said Charlie ran home.
Oh, Charlie
Sorry.
ran home.
This is after, well, you know, Mother,
Okay.
Charlie, Mother, home, crybaby, all that stuff.
Yeah.
All right.
Welcome to the upper class with your box of minks on a keychain.
After a minute, she straightened and throwing her hair back behind her shoulders, she popped the snap buttons down the front of her blouse. She got the response she was looking for. A deep groan rumbled in his throat. That is not fair. Yeah, I know. He molded his hands over her hips and kissed her hard.
Hard.
The force moving her backward until they bumped into the wall. She let out a gasp.
Gasp.
Gasp. All right. So anyway.
So there's and
she-
a moan, and a gasp.
Yeah,
Okay,
she
that's where we are.
freaks out though, because again, stop fucking with her, man. She has trauma.
Yeah, so when she leads you on like this, you gotta stop abruptly.
Yeah, so she just explains she feels terrible, but she says she doesn't like her back against the wall. So until next time, they're gonna try again later, I guess.
Sorry, no
Yeah.
mas today. Well, at least he's respecting boundaries.
Mm-hmm.
She should communicate them a little bit better, though.
So here's what happens in the 11th chapter. He
Well,
wants.
you can't tell me. We haven't read it yet.
Well, what? I'm in it. We're
Oh.
about to read it.
I know,
I'm not
but
at the fourth episode
You're
yet.
going to tell me what's in it before you read it.
That's the whole point. I've read it.
We created a time
readed
paradox
it.
and we have to leave now.
So here's the deal. He knows her trauma. She knows her trauma. She won't get help. She is traumatized.
Traumatized, no
He
help.
wants her to loosen up around him so bad that he decides to like take her on a week-long vacation, you know, and, you know, see some sights and do some things or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the first place he goes to take her is a women's counseling place.
Awesome. That was good. I would like to nominate Damien for the best gift giver. So that shit is fucking phenomenal. Like, you know, I thought that you could find a place to relax. Oh yeah, where? The psych ward.
Yeah.
It's padded. They got fucking pillows everywhere.
Pills and pillows.
Yeah, nobody's gonna bother you.
Pills and pillows. All right. So I want to go to the pillow spa. Rich people do that though, right? But it's just not the same thing. It just looks nicer because they can afford it. Well, so anyway, you know, but to tell you the truth, I mean, in a sense, some people do need the help. But yeah, he just keeps doing things real weird. You know, I don't know.
Like
so,
a narcissist. What is it with these books, rich
Controlling.
people, and like, do women really like all these narcissistic guys?
I
back
have
then?
a feeling that romance novel writers, authors, are like
in love with fucking narcissists. Like
that they just have the wrong type, you know,
It's
or they
crazy.
see it. Yeah, I don't know, because they're always fighting.
I want this
and,
rich dingleberry to fucking
and they're
tickle
always
me to death.
getting the people to fight and then fall into lust, and then you don't even sometimes they get married. Well, I mean, even 50 Shades of Grey was like that. Like it was all sketch the whole time, and then they had babies together and shit. If you hadn't read it, now you have.
Oh yeah, but how long has it been since they got married today? They're definitely divorced. She's
right.
probably gained a lot of weight. He's probably in fucking jail.
Oh my God, maybe.
I can't believe
He's
there's
got
not
some charges
this
pressed.
motherfucker. Like,
He had another wife all along.
yeah,
This was his
a
apartment in the
double
city.
marriage scenario. Look at that. We're running into that in this book.
Yeah, exactly.
I can't see that turd going and getting a cup of coffee without like kicking animals and punching people in the fucking
The
face.
50
and
Shades
stuff.
of Grey guy?
Yeah, like
You
I don't know,
only
man.
watched the movie. You didn't even read the book.
I'm not gonna read the book.
But it is like
I don't
this.
read these books.
It's like this. I know. All right. During the course of the evening, now this is after she's gone and come back, and she's staying at his place because I guess Eric and Shelley are using her place or whatever. During the course of the evening, she came out of the room twice, once to use the bathroom and the other time to get tissues. He tried on both occasions to talk to her, but she didn't acknowledge him. At 11 o'clock, he went to bed himself, hoping tomorrow would be better. Damien wasn't sure what woke him. The illuminated digital clock read 2 a.m. The room was pitch black, but he
Wait.
knew he wasn't alone.
An illuminated digital clock? I thought we were in the high class, dude. Where's your grandfather clock? Where's
It's
your
a
big
really
chiming alarm?
nice looking one.
Oh, it is, huh? It's the $13 one at Walmart.
The grandfather clock is on the third floor down. All right. So he sat up and reached for the lamp. Don't turn it on, Charlie said. Is something wrong? He heard a soft scraping sound. It's scary.
All right.
As she slid along the wall, she
Oh, dang. The reason I don't like the walls behind me is because I turn into...
like one of those paranormal activity things.
Yeah, I was getting ready to crawl up it. What the hell?
She bumped into the corner of the dresser and muttered an obscenity.
Ouch.
How long have you known? She asked.
That the dresser was there? Just found out. Broke my toe.
No, she's asking him how long he knew about the trauma.
How long have you known? How did he know about the trauma?
Okay, so
Did Google her? Did she have a blog up or something?
we've already met the lawyer, right? His lawyer came in when she was like practicing at his job or something. Or am I
Okay.
getting ahead of myself? I
I
can't
don't
remember
know,
the
dude.
timeline.
Just keep going.
All right.
So he knows She knows he knows, and now he knows she knows he knows.
Yeah. So anyway, she's real upset with him, but she's not that upset with him. So
but like for real pissed, but kind of mad.
She got in the bed with him.
She's finding an excuse to be mad.
She straightened her legs and rolled up into his outstretched arms. Her t-shirt and his shorts provided little barrier between them. She dropped her hand down on his chest, running her fingers through the thick mat of hair. Ew. All right. His stomach muscles bunched, and it seemed to amuse her.
And then he farted. What do you mean they bunched? Is he flexing? What's he doing?
I don't know.
Bunched. How do you bunch your muscles?
You had a 6-pack, and then suddenly it was an 8-pack. I feel like that
means you like squished forward like this, and that would push a fart out, wouldn't it? Damien's getting real fucking comfortable,
He can expand and contract his muscles like an accordion.
Yeah. Okay. That's pretty talented.
All right. She slid one leg through his in a tortuously slow movement that seemed premeditated in its execution.
It was.
Can you sleep like that? She asked. Probably not, but I'll give it a shot. He rested his palm along the side of her face and gave her a soft goodnight kiss. She was asleep in minutes, which was lucky since he wasn't.
Uh-oh. He's sitting there staring at the ceiling with her over him. His dick is super hard. He doesn't know what to do about it because he can't wake her up.
Excuse me.
If I could just get her to roll off me, I could go to the bathroom and rub this thing out. I was asleep like a baby.
Go to the Jack Shack.
Yeah, but he can't, right? Because she's going to wake up if he rolls her off and she'll be like... What are you doing in there?
That's what I do to
What are you
you.
doing in there?
Are you in the bathroom? Are you pooping?
Okay? Yeah.
Are you pooping?
You're not allowed. This toilet doesn't work.
Then
You
I'll
need
like
to go
slide a piece
downstairs.
of paper under to you, like, hey.
And then he's
hurry
sitting there
up,
with
I
his
gotta
hand
pee.
on his dick, and he's like, I just want to go to fucking sleep.
That's it. That's another one.
What? We're done?
Yeah. That's it. No, it's a break. We got to go take a break.
I want a milkshake.
If you want more where this came from, follow, like, and subscribe. We're on Insta and TikTok at Bustles and Bangers. Or you can find us personally on Insta and TikTok at Gypsy Danger 317.